All right, good morning, everybody. I am back out here. If you've been watching our videos and you've been keeping along with what we're doing, I came out here and I recorded a couple weeks ago. I recorded a Garmin video that took me a really long time, and then I decided I'm going to try to catch some dinner, and I ended up catching 3 yellowtails. They were huge. The biggest one was 25 inches, which really is a personal best. I've never gotten one that big before. I've got it close, above 20 all the time, but 25 inch, that was huge. And so more than enough to eat. We got back to the house. Between my wife and I and the baby, we struggled to eat fish tacos with those 3 yellowtail. And I said in that video I wanted to bring my son out here. He is the yellowtail slayer. He's out here catching some bait right now. And I mean, if you think about it, he's 16 right now. He's been fishing with me on the boat since he was 3 years old. He could barely see over the gunnel. And, little kids, they love that constant action. So it was always yellowtail, yellowtail, yellowtail. And he got really, really good at it. So I wanted to bring him out here. Today's weather is not as good as what I had. I had a beautiful day the day that I came out here. These seas were flat calm. Today we've got 15 to 20 mile an hour wind out of the southeast, and waves are about 2 to 3 feet. So it wasn't a fun ride getting out of here. And we've got thunderstorms rolling through, so we got soaked getting out of here. But we came out here. The reality is we probably get 4 of those yellowtails, and it'll be more than enough to eat. And I really want to have him get that experience of catching some of these big ones. We've caught some big ones before out of Rebecca Shoals, west of Key West, heading towards Dry Tortugas. But this spot here where we're at, we haven't fished since he was a little kid. And it's pretty close to home. We don't have to go too far, but man, the yellowtail here were huge last time. So if we can get lucky and get 3 or 4 of those, we will have a feast tonight. So I'm gonna help him catch some bait and get set up, and let's see if we can get some dinner. All right, guys, so what we're doing here, we really don't have a strong current. And so when you're bottom fishing, you really need to have a pretty decent amount of current. You want all your chum to be going back, and it really helps you flatline your baits out. It's gonna help you when you're on the bottom, keeps that leader stretched. But right now what we're doing, because we don't have a lot of current, so all the bait fish are just scattered all around the boat. When there's a good amount of current, they have to keep swimming, eating the chum. A lot easier to catch them than what we're doing now. But so what he's doing is he's dropping this thing. It's called a hoop net. It's basically a fiberglass ring. Some of them are stainless steel. The one we have is fiberglass, and it's a real thin net on the inside. You drop it down, and when the fish are in front of it, you pull the net and you grab them. But these fish are not dumb, okay? And you might get right now with no current, 1, 2, 3 at a time if you're lucky. So he is sitting here concentrating, and when they're all coming in, over the net, I just hit us. There we go. We got a couple here. So lift it up so they can see. And this is how it works. And we're catching some bait. And we do this, we'll do this a lot when we come out. And then we vacuum seal, because you can't, this isn't gonna work every single time. So we've got a vacuum seal machine at home, and we'll vacuum seal and we'll have bait there, and we keep doing this periodically when we're gonna come out. But right now we're getting set up to start yellowtailing, and we've got thousands of ballyhoos right here next to the boat. So we want to try to take advantage of that and get some bait here. And my son, when he was little, we would do, the kids, they all, nobody wants to catch bait. They just want to catch fish. So we would do like a quarter for every bait. Every bait you catch, you get a quarter. I had days where I had to tell him, stop. We would stop catching bait because he was just killing it, breaking the bank. And the last time I was here, it was such a beautiful day. We had 37 boats that I could see with my eyesight, off my bow, port, starboard, and stern out here on the edge of the reef. Today, I could see one other boat probably about a mile away from us. There's nobody out here. So we got this whole area to ourselves. Now we just need the fish to cooperate. Oh, 200, here we go. Here we go. Oh, there's Speedos there too. Now they're gone. They're right under it now. All right, drop it again slowly. Oh, Nelly. Got a full basket. Got some big ones in there. So guys, we moved the bucket to the middle of the boat. I went to help him flip one over and I dropped like 6 of them back in the water. Poor guy. It takes so much to get them, and I flipped them back in the water. So we've been here for probably about half an hour already chumming, and we got 80 pounds of chum today. We're gonna start really heavy chumming now once we get started fishing. But when you wanna come out yellowtail fishing, you really need to have a lot of chum. I mean, don't be afraid to come out here 80, 100, 150 pounds of chum. The more food you keep putting in the water, the more life you're gonna get to the boat. And on a day like today, we're probably gonna have to go get them at the bottom because there's really not a lot of current. But when there's a lot of current and that chum is going back in a nice straight chum slick, remember what I said, they gotta have to keep swimming. So they're gonna come up in that chum slick, eating all that bait. So you're flatlining your baits right to them and they're eating it. But today with this very light current, if any at all, we might have to drop all the way to the bottom to go get them. Oh, Nelly. Oh, there's like 10 more in there. So we could turn this into a video of how to catch bait. But guys, you guys could all do this. You come out here to the reef with some chum, with this hoop net. You could get this at any tackle shop, and you could get your own bait. Save yourself some money here. You get yourself a vacuum seal machine. You could lay them in there, vacuum seal them, get all the air out, and then you could use that bait when you come out again, because they're not always going to be easy to catch like this. Sometimes they don't even come near the boat. But you know, you do this, you could get your own bait, save some money. You got fresh bait, you know that it's fresh, and it's called a hoop net. And I'll drop a picture of it in here when I edit the video so you guys can see it. But long as you have a little bit of current, this will work. And you got one. And then you guys can do this to get fresh bait. Oh, the mother load is in. It's right on top of it. They're so smart. As soon as that hoop net's in the water, they all go around it. And then after a while, guys, when you're doing this, you catch a few of them, they're gonna be a lot smarter, and you're not gonna catch anything. They're gonna get out of the way of the net. This screen is loaded up already, man. And we haven't even really started chumming heavy. And we got some unbelievable marks on the screen. So very nice. Should be good. All right, guys, we're gonna finish catching some bait, get these rods rigged up, cut up some bait, and you gotta get him out in the water. He'll break the net. And we'll get set up, and hopefully we can show you some more of these monster yellowtails that are here. We got yellowtail. Can't believe he's gonna go, paleta of yellowtail on the back. Oh, here we go, baby. Yeah, barely hooks by the skin of his lip. All right, we're on the board. So we set out for dinner. We're gonna cross the baby off the list. Chickadee this. For her little body, she eats a lot of fish. She loves it. So we got one fish for her. Here we go.
A good sore side too. That was the best one.
All right, so gonna put another box in if you got one. So guys, like I told you guys at the beginning of the video, you need a lot of chum, but the conditions have to be right for this to work. And the last time I was out here, so for us here, when you have a south wind, the current is flowing to the north, it's perfect. They're perfectly lined up. Today we've got, the wind is out of the southeast, and so our boat is just constantly sideways in these waves. It's really not fun to be out here sideways in the waves. And we've gone through almost all of the chum that we had. We brought 80 pounds with us, and we just can't seem to get better. There's so much life here. There's parrotfish, all kinds of stuff. We can't get past them to get to the yellowtails. It's been a pretty frustrating day, but this is the reality of it. You know, some days it's, you come out here and they come right behind the boat and they cooperate, and you can pick the ones that you want, aiming at it. And some days it's like this, where we are going through bait and chum like crazy, and we can't get through all the other junk fish to get to the yellowtails. But we set out for dinner, we check, we cross the baby off the list. Let's see if we can get another one. A few more of those, and we can cross dinner off the list. So guys, here we are. You know, one of my, I got a comment on a video, and one of the guys said that he loves watching my videos because he loves the honesty in the videos. And this is brutally honest. We are almost out of chum. We're on our last chum in the chum bag. We've gone through 80 pounds of chum, and we've moved 3 times already in the same area where we're at, because we cannot get away from birds. I don't know if the cameras can see the birds behind us. Birds are tearing up all of our bait. We've got a bunch of junk fish that are behind the boat. We cannot get our baits down to the bottom to target what we really want to target, and we're just, you know, we are just feeding fish. We caught like 150, 170 ballyhoos this morning when we were showing you catching bait, and we've gone through probably 50 of them already. And this is Ocean Conservancy. We are just feeding fish. Well, let's see if this last box can get some yellowtail. Very, very different than how it was a few weeks ago when I came out here. And we've got, I know I talked about it in the last video. We're gonna try to do some research on those polarized lens filters that we could put on, because I think with that filter you'll be able to see everything behind the boat. I mean, there's got to be 200 yellowtail, probably 30 feet behind the boat, and they just won't eat anything that we're giving to them. It's very, very frustrating. They watch it go by. We've changed the leader, lighter leader, to try to make it more stealthy. Smaller hooks, smaller bait. Nothing is working. And to add to the frustration, the wind keeps picking up, and it just keeps getting rougher and rougher as the time goes by. That doesn't look good. A little storm over there. So this morning we got stormed on coming out here. It was not a fun ride coming out here. Pouring rain. We got caught in a nasty, nasty thunderstorm. You know, when it's on, you literally will drop your bait right there behind the boat, and you can pick the one that you want to give it to. And for some reason, they just don't want to eat today. And we have tried everything. A variety of baits. So the fish that we want are not eating the baits that we're throwing. The fish that we don't want are the ones that are eating it. Oh. Could it be? Guys, $300 yellowtail. Oh, Nelly. Oh, I said he was a yellowtail slayer. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Oh, what if he's not legal? Oh. Nah, he's legal. He's legal. Well, 15 inches, buddy. So now you and the baby have dinner. All right. Here we go. This could be the start of a streak. This could be a streak. I think I figured out why we're not getting the fish today. Oh man, is that a barracuda? No, that's another big, huge jack. I think that what it is I think that these fish are camera shy. I think they know they don't want to be on camera. I think that's what it is. And so that's why they're not biting our baits. They're camera shy. We need to go to a spot where the fish are not camera shy. And it's crazy, I went to that first spot where I went a couple weeks ago and we could see them. We got them up in the chum slick behind the boat. They're still there. And those guys are huge, and these fish don't get big by being dumb. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. That makes me feel better to say that they're camera shy. It makes me feel better. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm tying on a new leader. I got broke off by a shark. Sharks are horrific for us. They are protected and there's nothing slowing them down. And there's sharks everywhere. I mean, that's another problem that we have when you start catching fish. You can't even get them to the boat. So I'm tying on a new leader, a new loop for the lead, new hook. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a look at this storm that's coming, and hopefully we'll bring it back with another yellowtail. Slow down, dude. Oh, you didn't even give me time to record it. Come on, Baba.
Sorry, bud.
So here we go. This one is getting questionable. That one we're gonna have to measure. I think he's gonna be 12.5 to 13, Baba. Let's see. Okay. 13.5. Okay. So now you and the baby and Jennifer have dinner. Now, we just need, if you're gonna get them little, 2 more. If you're gonna get them big, 1 more. What do we got here? Go, 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 get hooked. Look at this. These guys are impressive, man. They are getting this bait off, and that's snapper. That's more yellowtails on the bottom. All right, we're getting hot. We're getting hot here in the 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th inning, we're getting hot, baby. What do we got? Don't jerk it. Oh, dinosaurio. Back of the boat. Can't do that. You gotta rest them on the back.
I didn't even get to pull up. The hook broke off.
Oh, man. So let me see. We got it. So guys, I talked about this in the last video. And if you feel right here, the line is chafed. And so what happens is we're using a 10-pound leader to really be stealthy because these yellowtail have very good eyesight. And they're on the surface, the sun is reflecting in the water, and then it makes a very big glare on the line. So you want to go down and leader, you want to be real stealthy. But what happens is they have little teeth, and so when you catch one, and their teeth are grinding on this line, it chafes it a little bit. So a very good rule of thumb is to rub your fingers on it every time you catch a fish, because what just happened to us could happen to you. What will happen is this gets chafed, you put a little bit of pressure on it, and it snaps right off. So we gotta go ahead and cut this, tie another hook. But always, always, always check your line. Rub your fingers on it. Tie another hook so you don't lose a fish. That was my dinner fish. What do you think? Should we dock him his dinner fish? I don't know, maybe. He's laughing, maybe, maybe. Maybe. Maybe he'll redeem himself now. There you go, do it. Get him. Oh no. Nice and easy, that's my dinner. Nice and easy. That's my dinner. What's happening? Oh, that's a dinosaur. Oh my God, this is making me nervous. That doesn't look like a yellowtail. What is it? No, triple tail, that's a trigger fish. Oh, but it looks too small. Slide him on the back, slide him on the back. Slide him on the back, it might be legal. Let's check, these are delicious. Slide him on the back. pliers. All right, there you go. Oh yeah, 16 inches. Okay. All right, guys. I think we got dinner covered. Oh. We are on our last, like a half a cup of chum. This storm is not good, man. It is a very, very, very bad storm. So guys, if you've never eaten triggerfish, they're delicious. They're just hard to cut the skin off. But we've got the, and I'll drop a picture of it here when I edit it so you guys can see, but Dexter has a knife and it's got the knife blade on one side, it will be big wave. And then it's got the serrated edge on the other side. You flip that knife, you can cut right through it. If you're doing filleting snapper that have big, muddins, big cuberas, those serrated knives are phenomenal. And these waves are picking up, and it is because of that storm. So I'm looking at the radar image. Let me, I'm gonna screen record it so I can show you what I'm looking at. And if you have a radar on your boat, it's excellent because it really, really helps with the storms. You can get an idea of how big they are, if you could go around them. So I'll drop that radar image over here now when I edit it. And I'll put a little arrow so you guys could see the size of this storm. It's very, very big and it's very, very dark. And when you're out here, the last thing you want to do is get hit by being a storm with lightning, because you're the highest point on the water. We do not want to play around with lightning. It could be very, very serious to be caught in a storm that has lightning if you get hit. Guys, we've picked everything up now because we've got this really, really nasty storm, and it is a very, very big storm. And we've been tracking it on the radar here, and it's moving right towards us. Very, very big. So I don't want to be on anchor when we get caught in the storm, just in case it starts getting nasty or we hear thunder in it and we see lightning. I can outrun it. I don't want to waste time picking up the anchor. When the wind right now is 15 to 20, it's probably going to pick up to 30 miles an hour inside of that storm. So I do want to show you guys the most expensive fish in the ocean. $300 between bait and fuel today. And that's not counting the Mountain Dews that I have to buy for my my Slayer here. But handful of these guys. These are delicious. If you ever come to Florida, you can go anywhere and catch these guys up and down, South Florida, the Florida Keys, up and down the Patch Reefs. This is probably the #1 most popular fish that's caught down here, are yellowtail snappers. But we wanted to come out today. We knew it was going to be a rough day, but we wanted to try our luck in that spot with those big yellowtails. Didn't pan out today. But that's how it works sometimes. Sometimes you're the dog and sometimes you're the hydrant. But at least we are very thankful we were able to get dinner. But I want to thank you for watching. I want to pick up this anchor before it's unsafe, and I'll catch you on the next one.